A lot of times when you come into a room, the patient automatically thinks you're a doctor. They go, doctor, can you help me with this? We have to re-educate them, letting us know that we're nurses. Firefighters went crazy when I passed the fire academy and became the first woman firefighter. My name is Bloodss Davis. I'm a registered nurse at Presbyterian Hospital of Dallas. I'm an actual orthopedic nurse supervisor. I've been a nurse since 2009.
My name is Sherry Wilson. I was the first woman firefighter paramedic in the city of Dallas. I did complete nearly 35 years with the department. I just loved it. Somebody says to me, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I went, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a paramedic, is what I said. And he goes, this guy goes, you're so stupid. You can't be a paramedic. You have to be a firefighter first. And everybody knows women can't be firefighters. And I was like, what? I didn't know I wanted to be a firefighter until that very moment. That's all I can tell you. I was designed to be a rescuer, to be, that kind of person. And it's just, it's what juices me.
I love caring for people. I love seeing them heal and get better. And when I work with orthopedic patients, I like to see the progression. A lot of with the other disease processes, you don't get to see the progression. Being an orthopedic nurse, they come in sick, we see them walk out, and then they can recover and they come back to show us their progress. When I came to work thinking I was going to do physical therapy, I decided that physical therapy wasn't the route that I wanted to go because I wanted to make that connection with each of my patients.
And part of it was because back in the 70s, I didn't think they were going to let me stay. Even though I was able to pass everything, I was afraid that, there were so many men that didn't like me and officers that tried to, kick me out and all that. I always thought I had to have something on the side just in case. I'm still humming like a hummingbird, and I love it. I get up because I want to. I go speak because I want to. I write because I want to.
I took at least a 7. And I only took it
Three particular areas: ICUs, ERs, and ortho. That's the three where the main male nurses are that you'll see. A lot of times, ICU is a lot of heavy lifting. And a lot of, not saying that women don't deal with stress as well, but sometimes when there's a certain situation and when a male comes in, they give a calming presence, being whether they can lift more, compressions, CPR, that's more well known in the ER and the ICU. And on the ortho floor, we do a lot of lifting, a lot of joint replacements. So to lift the patients up to get them walking, it's more beneficial to have males.
My name is Jamie Wren. I'm a physician assistant. A lot of the paramedics that I worked with as partners probably would have preferred a male partner. So a lot of times they would say, I'll step aside, I can take care of this, I'll do the lifting.
When I first started, Russell Keela was the only male nurse on the floor. Since then, there has been, that I've worked with, at least 10 male nurses. Currently on the floor, we have 7. So from 2 male nurses to 7 in 11 years, it's becoming more and more common to have males in nursing.
The position of surgeons is very male dominated, but with the transition of seeing more female doctors, I think it'd be nice to see more female surgeons in the years to come.
I thought I could be a firefighter paramedic. Firefighters went crazy when I passed that physical agility exam and got into the fire academy. I'm standing in front of the fire station. I'm about to enter. I throw my shoulders back, my head up, and I go marching in, and I go, hi, I'm Sherry. This guy comes busting through the doors. I didn't know it was my captain, and he came up to me, and he sniffed me. And he walked around my backside to check it out like a rancher would a cow.
So a lot of times, we would respond to calls and there would be fire rescue in that area that would also respond to help, and they were almost 90% male probably.
I had a fire at 10 in the morning. We drug out our hose and we kneeled and we donned our mask and we nodded our head in agreement. Everything just the same. I didn't know these guys. This was my first time to work with them. They put the fire out and then someone came and stepped over me. And he turned and he screamed back at me and he goes, "Gut it up, girl." And I remember thinking, gut it up? What does that mean? What am I supposed to do? My life at that moment was dark as midnight under a skillet. I couldn't even see, for the smoke was in my eyes. Who said it? Hell, they want me to give up is what they want. They're trying to get me to give up. And it just flashed in me at that very moment. Give up, or I could gut it up just like they said. And let me tell you folks, I became gutted up girl. When I could be pitiful, or I could be powerful.
One of our patients, on his meal, he had a restricted diet, is what he called it. So he threw his plate across the room, and then when people would go into the room, he would try to hit them, he would grab them. When I went in there, he had one of the nurses by the shirt. Well, he thought he could make the nurses intimidated and make them cower down to him. When I went in the room, I removed his hands, forcefully put restraints on him, tied him down to the bed, and had a nice little conversation with him. But a lot of times, patients like that, they're more receptive to hearing from a male than they are female. That's the world we live in, unfortunately. But when a male presence is there, they usually calm down and they realize that they can't treat people like that.
We were learning, we were growing, and we were becoming a close-knit team. And those firefighters, they became my brothers, and I became their sister. I think probably the most important lesson that I learned is that real leaders love people. I wasn't always loved, but there were a lot of people that did love me. And I got to make a choice as to who I want to be. And I chose to be a leader that loves people. And it's made a difference in my life and in my career.
A lot of our elderly patients, elderly women, do not want a male nurse. They don't want us helping them in the bathroom. They don't want us help getting them cleaned up. We have to re-educate them that the healthcare field is going in that direction. It's going to more males in the nursing field and in the healthcare field. There's a lot of sexism coming from nurses as well. I have seen in the last 11 years that I've been in healthcare how it's eased towards becoming less sexism, but there still is some out there.
So what do I see for the future? I really honestly think things have changed. I think I was a catalyst for a lot of that change, and I'm proud that things are changing. So I really believe we're going to have a woman chief one day, and we're already seeing that in some departments. You look at somebody and you go, wow, they're a child of God. And that's what public service, government work is looking at people like that and loving people wherever they're at.